This training will now go into detail about carrying out the survey. There are 5 parts to the canvassing and survey process: the decision to approach, introducing yourself/screening, PIT questions, follow-up questions, and the gift card tracking. This process may vary slightly depending on where and how you are completing the survey. Generally, the process will start with the decision to approach, and during the enumeration, we want to approach everyone, although there may be times where you do not approach someone, such as if they're sleeping, verbally or physically threatening, or you do not feel safe. Next is introducing yourself and completing the screening questions. If a participant screens in, you will continue to the anonymous PIT questionnaire. After the PIT questionnaire is complete, you will use a separate questionnaire to collect participants' name and contact information if they would like to receive follow-up information about services and supports related to housing. Finally, the surveyor will continue to the gift card tracking form and present the participant with a gift card and offer a community resource card. Surveys can be completed either online or by paper, and the process varies slightly depending on which method you choose. Surveyors are encouraged to complete the survey online where possible as a safety consideration due to the COVID-19 pandemic. If the survey is completed on paper, there are 5 separate documents and 2 items required: the tally sheet, the screening, the anonymous questionnaire, and a separate follow-up questionnaire and the gift card tracking form, plus the gift card and resource card. If the survey is completed online, there is one survey link which includes the tally, screening, and anonymous questionnaire. At the end of this survey, there is a separate survey link to collect the follow-up and gift card tracking information, plus the gift card and resource card. The online survey also includes skip logic, which means you are automatically directed to the appropriate question or step based on the responses selected. For this training, I will use the online survey link to go through the survey process and reference how the process may be different if you are using the paper survey. So, first is the decision to approach. In this situation, we might observe only, and this will take us to the tally sheet. So you'll want to fill out the area you're surveying, the date you're surveying, and the time you're surveying. This information helps us to determine which interactions occurred during the 24-hour point-in-time count period. Next, you will fill out your name and contact information in case we have any questions about the interaction later. And then you'll follow the instructions. So for those who are not surveyed, please fill in the sheet below indicating the reason. For those who decline or observed only, but who are clearly homeless, please also indicate the reason you believe they are homeless, such as they are asleep outside with belongings. So in our scenario, they were observed and we'll think they are homeless and provide our reason. Maybe they are just known to staff. And as you'll note, questions with a star are required, so you must include an answer. And so here we forgot to include the location that we are surveying. So we could be outside at a park, we could be near a building or an intersection or a business, so you'll want to fill that in. And next you're taken to the completion page. So just reminding you that once you click finish, your responses will be submitted. And if you have any technical questions, please feel free to email victoria.chapman@simcoe.ca and you can reference your survey number. So you can either click submit or you can use your back arrow if you've made a mistake. but just know that once you click finish, then the interaction is over and you're ready to complete your next interaction. So you'll see here that our responses have been recorded, and a reminder that anyone who screens in to participate in the survey based on questions C and C1 are eligible to receive the gift card regardless of if they answer any questions. So because we just did a observe, we want to go back to fill out a new survey. So I will simply refresh the survey page. Okay, now we're going to go through a situation where we make the decision to approach someone. And this takes us to our screening script. So we'll continue by saying, hello, my name is, and I'm conducting the Simcoe County Housing Needs Survey, which intends to provide better programs and services to people experiencing homelessness. The survey takes about 10 minutes to complete. Participation is voluntary and your name will not be recorded. Although, to create a unique identifier, I will ask for the first 2 letters of your first name and the first 2 letters of your last name, as well as your birth year. This code will allow researchers to identify any duplicates in the data set, but will not be shared with anyone else. You can choose to skip any question or stop the interview at any time. Results will contribute to the understanding of homelessness across Ontario and will help with research to improve services. Once you've completed this survey, if you are interested in being connected with services and supports related to housing, I will use a different survey to collect information so an enumeration member can get in contact with you. This follow-up information will include your name, but will not be connected with the answers you give to this survey. So now our first question is, have you answered this survey already this week? And if the respondent answers yes, then you'll go to the tally sheet. But if they say no, then you'll continue on to the next question. So are you willing to participate in the survey? If they say yes, you'll continue. And if they say no, then you'll go to the tally sheet. So we'll say they said yes. Now this is question C, and so you're going to choose the phrasing based on when you are surveying to ensure that you're always referencing where the participants stayed the night of Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. So if you're surveying on the first night, which is Pitt, you'll ask, where are you staying tonight? And if the respondent declines to answer, then you'll go to the tally sheet. If they say their own apartment, then you'll thank them and end the survey. If they answer somebody else's place, a motel or hotel self-funded, a hospital, a treatment center, or a jail, prison, or remand center, then you'll have to answer question C1. So do you have access to a permanent residence where you can safely stay as long as you want? And so if they say yes, that'll take us to the end of the survey. If they decline to answer, it'll take us to the end of the survey. But if they say no or don't know, then you'll continue on with the survey. So in this case, they've screened in to participate. So you're going to thank them for their time and let them know that they will receive a gift card as a thank you for their participation. So this first part is to be filled out by the interviewer, and just note that all questions are required for administrative purposes. So you can see the red star. So you'll fill out the region that you're surveying, your name, just again, if we need to get into contact with you, if we have any questions about the survey that's being completed, and the date and time, as well as the location you're surveying. So again, if you're in a park, if you're in a building, if you're at your agency, you'll fill that in. And then we just want to know if the survey was completed over the phone or not. So if it's completed over the phone by 211 or a different agency number, and then also whether the survey was conducted in French or not. And now this is the first question that you'll ask the participant. So this is the unique identifier. So what are the first two letters of your first name, first two letters of your last name, and your birth year? Now we'll ask, do you have any family members or anyone else who is staying with you tonight? And this is a check all that apply question. So you'll just want to make sure that if you check two boxes by accident, you're going to want to unclick them because we don't want conflicting answers. So if they declined or said none, we won't know which response to take in analysis and we'll have to exclude that. And also if they say none, but you've checked off children, then again, we don't know if they are a single adult or if they do in fact have children. So just be careful when you're checking these off. And if a couple is being surveyed together, you'll want to record the survey number. So at the top of the page, you'll see here the survey number, so you can record that. And if you're completing a paper survey, on the first page of the survey, there will be a unique survey number on it that you can record there. And also, if the participant has children, then you're going to want to select the gender of the children and the age. And continuing on with the survey, so you'll ask how old are you or what year were you born? And so if the respondent answers, then you'll fill in their age. And again, every question is optional, so there's a decline to answer option. And for this piece, we'll just explain to the participant that for this survey, homelessness means any time you have been without a permanent and secure place to live, including sleeping in shelters, on the street, or living temporarily with others without having your own permanent housing, such as couch surfing.